it does sort of illustrate the Trump realignment, I think, of the Republicans becoming a working class party. And Chuck Schumer has really been working to say we should have all upper middle class and rich people should be Democrats. And that's one of the reasons that he's made this fight his priority.
Welcome to The Debrief, where we talk with the Washington Examiner's top journalists about the headlines they're covering and where the story's going next. I'm Sarah Bedford, and I'm here with senior columnist Tim Carney. Tim, the child tax credit passed the House. What are the stakes in this legislative debate?
So for the average taxpayer, it would be a small expansion. This the $2,000 child tax credit was created back in when the Trump tax cut in 2017. It hasn't been indexed for inflation, which is kind of a big deal. It's lost 15% of its value. So for the average taxpayer, years down the line, a year from now, the tax credit goes up by $100, and then it would keep increasing with inflation. For lower income taxpayers, this could be a big thing. What this bill would do, a compromise between Republicans and Democrats, is expand how much of the tax credit you get if you don't even owe any taxes. And so it combines sort of Republicans wanting to be pro-family, while Democrats trying to be helping the working class and the poor, but it would go into effect immediately. So a lot of people don't know whether they should file their taxes because they could get a bigger tax credit based on what's going on. Will the Senate pass it? What will they add on to it? Those are the big questions.
Yeah, compromise between Republicans and Democrats. We don't get many of those these days in Washington. Does that mean good things for it ahead, or is it still a really open question?
Well, the fact is that Republicans are trying to be more pro-family, and that's something that they've talked about but not taken action on it. So this is exactly that opportunity. I do think it's got chances in the Senate, and the Biden administration certainly wouldn't bat an eye at it. Although the Biden administration's preference, rather than just letting parents have money, is to subsidize daycare, because that would move more single mothers into the workforce or more married mothers into the workforce. But the compromise right now seems to be expand the child tax credit, especially for lower income, and that could become law.
State and local tax deduction plan failed, actually, on Capitol Hill this week, and there's a split between Republicans, right, on how to move forward with this, SALT as it's known.
Yeah, so the state and local tax deduction used to be able to deduct all the taxes that you paid in property taxes or state income taxes, and Republicans in the 2017 bill said, no, it's only $10,000. Who was hurt by that cap on the deduction? It was high-income taxpayers in high-tax places. So you've got some suburban Republicans in New York State or New Jersey who have constituents who are making $250,000 but feel like they're poor, and now they can't write off their property taxes on their $1 million house, which would be $250,000 in Arkansas or something. So the wealthy suburbanites who are still hanging on in the Republican Party, they want a tax cut. Democrats, especially with Chuck Schumer leading the way, have made expanding the SALT deduction their #1 priority. So Democrats are fighting for a tax cut for the rich. 75% of this money goes to people earning over $200,000, while Republicans kind of like sticking it to the high tax blue states, because this harms the New York, New Jersey, California, Illinois, who have higher income taxes. So that's the dividing lines, is the Republicans who represent country clubs want this tax cut, and the Republicans that represent the rest of the country don't.
Interesting, kind of scrambling the lines on low tax Republicans. They don't support all tax cuts, I guess.
But it does sort of illustrate the Trump realignment, I think, of the Republicans becoming a working class party. And Chuck Schumer has really been working to say we should have all upper middle class and rich people should be Democrats. And that's one of the reasons that he's made this fight his priority.
Well, Tim, thank you so much for being here today. You can get more writing from Tim and the rest of the commentary team at washingtonexaminer.com.